Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ike MMA podcast, Ike MMA show. And I'm here with mixed martial arts artist and cage fighter Jonathan Leonard Mills, aka Wheel Kicker, or is it Wheel Kick MMA?
Yeah, right. We'll kick MMA. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of like bumped into you by chance. I was doing a podcast with another athlete from the US and another podcasters. They saw my content and they more or less kind of told me about you. I looked at your content and it was like a really down to earth guy. Yeah, just for the past few days, I listened to some of your podcasts, particularly one today, I think, also on the multicast show, and
Oh yeah,
you and one of your colleagues were just having a discussion about just general topics and just how okay if I remember the title of the podcast, it was how to live your life. And I think in the comments you guys are talking about, do you do things through the traditional route, that's
Mm.
traditional in eyes of society, growing up, getting married, get a job, get a house, and 2.4 children.
yeah.
And yeah,
Sorry, go on.
no, say it was a really no, just listening to you guys in that show. What I do like about it is that it gives people like myself the we see that there's a different side to you. Not It's not just what we see in the cage. You guys obviously you're intelligent people, because I know that still, despite the fact that people may like the sport, there's also a certain image and impression people have of people who engage in such brutal combat sports. They think you're
Yeah.
stupid, they think you're animals, and I can see that's not the case. I mean, before I started doing this, I was great intimidated and apprehensive to approach you guys for an interview, because I was kind of like, what are they going to say? They're going to tell me to F off or just leave me alone, I'm busy, who are you?
You never get that with me, man. I'm not like that at all. But yeah, I'm not saying we're all like that, because there is some douchebags in this sport as well. You know, you got to take bitter with a salt. You know.
Yeah. Um, but tell me, I was looking at your fight record on Topology on Sherdog. It's something I always like to ask every athlete. Your interest in combat sports, particularly mixed martial arts, where did it
Mm.
start?
Oh, from a kid. Um, Bruce Lee was my my dad. My dad first for foremost, because my dad was a Muay Thai fighter. My brothers, they're boxers as well. So it started from like kid. My dad got me into martial arts when I was like stupidly young. But putting Bruce Lee films on, put Muhammad Ali on boxing. You know, he put literally every day. Just be up. I'll be up all night, just like watching different fighters and stuff. So my dad kind of fueled everything, and yeah, that's where it first came from. But mate, if I had to answer this truly, this is like a 3 hour conversation, because I'm talking about this is talking about childhood. Like I had like fighting games, you name it. I had UFC Tap Out, the original UFC. I had boxing, like Fight Out, Knockout Kings. I had Let's Get Ready to Rumble on Dreamcast. I had Tekken, Mortal Kombat, you name it. I had everything you can think of as a kid. So to me, I was obsessed, from a little kid. And my dad taught us Muay Thai, me and my brother Perry, Muay Thai from like a really young age. My brother was actually better than me when we were kids growing up, way better than me.
Yeah.
But sadly, he chose not to go forth with it. He chose other routes. But I'm talking about, when I say brother, because I've got loads of brothers, I'm talking about like one with should say he was like a year between. So I got half brothers and I got full blood brother Perry. Me and Perry would be like going at it for like years. My dad was just teaching us Muay Thai. So the first martial art I ever did was Muay Thai, from like 5 up to 17, and I just went on a tangent and went just through multiple different arts and just had fun. That's I mean. I don't want to go too deep, because if I keep talking, I'll just be talking forever.
No, I
Yeah.
like to hear, because I like to get a really good understanding of the person behind the athlete, and I really like to have a really good understanding, as best as can be, as to why why athletes go down the path of a particular sport. So because they're doing it for, well, they won't do it forever, but they're doing it as a job, as a career. I mean, many people, including myself, when I started, I just thought randomly, let me do this and see what it's like, because I started lockdown. All the gyms were closed here in the UK. So I was really looking for any outlet, any opportunity to have a workout, do some exercise. And I had the first kickboxing session. It felt really good. It felt really therapeutic. If you're dealing with assholes all day long, if you're in that sort of job, it's a really, really good way to venture out.
Amazing.
It feels so good. Um, Given that it's a sport that's quite, as I was saying before, quite brutal, there weren't any concerns from family, even though your father did teach you and your brothers of the sport. There wasn't any concerns for your health for you to pursue the career professionally.
No, not at all. Actually, they want me to push it on a lot sooner. What happened was I did jiu-jitsu. I was doing a lot of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. As I got to older, because I watched UFC since I was a kid, right? I've been watching it since like the Ken Shamrock days. I was in the school, when I was in school, Penarel, I was talking about people who watch this now, watching this would know, because they'll watch it, if they've watched it from a school that I was watching. I was doing it since like school years, like from year 7, year 6, year 5, or whatever, going up all the way up. I was talking about UFC. When Chuck Liddell was Randy Couture, I was talking it like years and years ago. But what happened when I grew up, obviously, I was more striking based, very heavily striking based. My brothers are judos, but I was very heavily striking based. So I knew growing up, looking at watching UFC, that you can't just be a striker, you need ground game. Me and my brother Perry, when we're younger, will grapple with each other. Just look on TV and think, oh, what's that? So get it in, let's try this, That's a triangle, let's try that. Just continuously watching you, just watching different arms, different things go over and over and over, as what kids do. But it wasn't until I was 17 that I stepped into Gracie Barra. It was Chris Reese Academy in Swansea. I did that up to 24, 25, and then I left there. But in between doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I was still keeping up my striking, but I just went to different arts. I never thought that. Well, actually, no, I did think I was ready to fight. I don't know why a fight never materialized early on in my career. I think I may have got too addicted to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I did loads of. I done tons of competitions in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, done loads. So I kind of got addicted to that. But even though Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was, I'll probably say it's my best art that I'm best at, hands down. But I love striking. Striking is my passion, and I've always been. Sorry, I've gone on tangent. I've gone on conversation. Striking is my tangent. So what ended up happening? You said, well, would you say the question was my parents? Yeah, the reason why people wanted to push me quicker, I felt like I wanted to be. How I can explain it? I wanted to be so well rounded that I go in that cage. Wherever this goes, I'm happy. And I feel now that, I know you said my parents actually did it was my dad brother way wanted to go in it to way ages ago, wanted to go pro fighting. Well, not pro going amateur fights, gets made fights. Whereas me, I wanted to make sure I've got all angles covered. I've got boxing, I've got Muay Thai, I've got kickboxing. I've even been doing capoeira last 3 years. That's been my obsession last 3 years, has been capoeira. But I want to be going in there fully equipped. But my dad, no. My dad always wanted me to go in sooner. There was no fear, almost actually the opposite, more like, oh, you regret this if you don't do this. If you don't do this in your life, you will regret this when you're in your later ages, if you don't do this. So it wasn't more fear for my health. It was more the opposite, fear of, mate, if you don't, you're gonna shoot yourself in your foot. You're gonna be all those guys said, oh, I could have done that. Do you know when people say, when they say, oh, when people yeah, I could have done that. I would hate to be that guy, because I knew what was capable of. I've done kickboxing as well. I've done kickboxing fights before MMA. So, I knew I was ready to go in, but beforehand I wasn't ready, if that makes sense. Sorry if that's a long-winded answer. You're gonna get these a lot when you talk to me.
No, a long-winded answer, at least listening to what you said so far in this interview and in your podcast as well. A long-winded answers where you're concerned, you get actually giving more detail so people can have a better understanding of what you're saying. So look, I don't mind. It makes for much more interesting conversation.
Good.
Being such a good.
Sorry, go
on. No, finish. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you. That's all. Yeah.
Being such a good striker, and the fact that you do like that a lot about about mixed martial arts. People may bash me for asking this, maybe a silly question. You've never you've never had to, let me say, use that on some maybe in public if someone's really, really, really yanking your chain and they're really, really pushing you back, if they're really, really annoying you. Have you ever, you know?
Well, you got me on the spot here because I can't really say no because I know my mates are watching. But I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if I would only use it if someone's coming at me. Like
Yes,
really
yeah.
personally, I don't, unless or someone's coming at my family. If it's family or myself, then really, I wouldn't be really using it. But I have. I
Okay.
can't say I haven't. I have, yeah. But the situations that I've used it is when I've had no choice. Otherwise I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Otherwise, I'm always a peacemaker. I always say peace before fighting. That's always been me. I always like laughing, chilling, having fun. But if someone, is gonna go for you, then that's their loss. That's their fault. So otherwise, I wouldn't. But I would try to keep the peace personally. That's my opinion, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
don't need to. I've got nothing to prove. So that's my opinion. But there'll be someone that watch this now. They'll probably tell the story. But I've got multiple. But I used to work in the doors as well. I used to do security.
Ah.
I've been out and about when things have kicked off. But I don't need to talk about things that come outside the cage because I don't like to glorify stuff that goes outside the cage. I'd rather be more, what's going in the cage. But then again, I will say any martial artist or anybody in the world, if anybody's coming at you, you have to. You're not
Yeah,
going
of
to be a
course.
punch bag, are you? You're not going to let
No,
someone.
no.
You do what you do, and the same vice versa. Someone going to your family, or first of all, I usually say use your mouth first. First of all, use your mouth.
Mhm.
But if that's not an option, then you have to, you have to do what you got to do. If you know what I mean.
No, no,
Sorry.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, I absolutely understand you because it's better to be safe than sorry. I mean, you don't want to be a punch bag and you just don't know what
Yeah.
the other person can do. So you don't know if they're armed with a weapon that
Exactly.
going to use on you. Your fight record at the moment is 1-1.
Mm.
So when can we see? I think your last fight was in 2021 October at the is it Birmingham? I forgot the name of the promotion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have to remind me. Is it Bain Arena or something like that?
In arena, where's that?
No, 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 no. Your the last fight that you had was it sometime in October 2021?
Yeah, that's right, in
Yeah,
Gloucester.
I was just sorry. The name I was just saying random. That I was just
Oh,
trying to
I
figure out
didn't even know. I didn't even know the arena, but yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
not the arena. The name of the promoter.
Oh, the name of the proto. Battle Arena. Battle Arena.
Yes, Battle
Oh, the
Arena.
name
Excuse me.
of the proto is
Yeah.
James Price. Yes, James Price. Yeah.
So when can we see you fighting again?
I'm fighting again in May the 7th. By May 7th, I'm fighting again.
Okay. And your opponent, have they? Because I would look, and I'll say this now, but one of the things I do hate about the more local scene of mixed martial arts is that it's never given enough coverage and enough recognition. And a lot of the fighters that which I can see, a lot of them are very talented. They put on really good shows, really entertaining fights. They don't get as much coverage, excuse me, as say the bigger names, the UFC, Bellator, and One Championship, and it's really annoying because they are really talented and they don't get that recognition because probably they don't yet have that name value. So when they do have a big win or when they are still coming up through the ranks, I don't see much media coverage on them. So it's one of the things I really would like to change, even if it's just
Yeah,
through my
yeah.
bit with this podcast.
Well, I'm fighting on the guy. Do you know a guy called Brett Johns? Brett Johns' show is in I'm explaining. Brett Johns fought in UFC. He's in Bellator now.
Okay.
And I'm on his show. It's his first ever show. I was fighting for a title. I'm no longer fighting for a title though. I'm fighting a guy called Josh Archer. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward. I genuinely can't wait to fight. It's literally all I want to do. I'd be honest with you, like I said, you talk about security. I don't want to be doing security. Because it's not my world. It's not my field. I can do it, but to me, it can sidetrack me from what my real passions is, which is, it's good fighting in the cage, which is what I should be doing. But when you talk like we should about these getting coverage, to me, also, like, I think if you're a good fighter, you'll get the coverage because you should be able to spot. People should be able to promote themselves, now with the social media platforms, we should be able to do this. When people say, oh, I can't do that, just being lazy, I think people can promote themselves enough and think outside the box, get themselves out there to get the fights. And also there's management out there. If you can't do that, hit a manager up, hit people up that you want to put yourself forward with. You know, I've got a good manager at the moment, which I'm pretty sure Mike James, K&D, they put me out there. He's the one that got me in with Battle Arena, James Price. You know, it's how can I say? It's like how can I say? You know, if you really want it, you will make it happen. If you don't want it, you won't make it happen. With you say with these local shows, like for instance now, like even if you don't get coverage, you got this great experience. You got some fantastic experience. You know, stepping in there. You know, should be grateful that someone's actually giving you the opportunity to fight, because a lot of people like myself couldn't get on fights when I was younger, which I was sad. I would love to go on fights when I was younger, so that's why I do loads of jiu-jitsu, loads of other stuff. But you know, if you get opportunity, don't moan. Just be appreciative, be blessed. You know, you've got that opportunity to fight. You know, be thankful. But yeah, I think the fact there's loads and loads and loads and now loads of little promotions gives a lot of people more chance to shine, you know. So I think it's a great thing. But I know what you mean, that people don't get the more exposure. But I think it's all on the individual. You get like started Instagram account now, start Instagram account, start you know, even TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and just cram it in, you know.
And May 7th isn't too far away. How's preparation going? How's fight camp? How's the diet and training going? How's everything?
It's hard. It's been hard. It's good. I'm always blessed. I'm always thankful. You know, I appreciate. I think, you know, I try to look at God more than, you know, at these sort of stages. I try to go more on spiritual side. I try to stay spiritual side. I always try to look towards God. And anyways, I don't want to bring that in, but like me, I'm a big believer, and I try to look towards Him rather than, because I've had a lot of things happening at the moment. A lot of stuff's going on, all crammed at once, especially at like a very close time to my fight. It's come in really hard at once. So I try to, you know, look at the positives. When I talk about fight camp's been great, but it's not fight camp, it's the outside. Since I don't want to, well, I will say it, since I've been getting a bit, you know, more exposure, I've had a lot of people that have, you know, stabbed me in the back. A lot of hate, but it's all what it is. It is what it is. It hurts. I can't lie, it really hurts. But same times, it is what it is. I'm happy, you know, I'm still alive, I'm still blessed, I'm still good. So I personally, I have been doing training camp, but my mind's been more focused on man above, because I say man of God, that's how I say it. But yeah, that's what I've been focused on. I know people probably think I'm nuts or some shit like that, but I don't care because I know it's real. But yeah, that's my honest answer.
Yeah. Any backstabbers, any people, the haters, just forget about them.
No,
they left your life for
I don't forget. I don't forget. I try to pray for them, and that's my mindset or things like that. But it is what it is. I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect human being, but I noticed that when you start going places, you see who's real. You know, you see who's. I might not even go places, but I believe I am anyways. But I'm saying you see who's who. You know, you see true colors. That's how I see it. You know, maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe I've seen things wrong. But that's how I see it, you know. But it's all good. I'm still good. I'm still blessed. So yeah, sorry. But yeah, that's why a lot of my stress is being made. A lot of being stressed. I've been stressed out, you know, because certain people should have been there, you know. Kind of just, you know, it's cool. It's cool, but yeah, it's all cool.
Yeah, I have heard in combat sports, in fact, in entertainment overall, but being more specific in combat sports in mixed martial arts, I've heard of certain promoters and certain managers and agents. They do stab the clients, being the fighters. They do stab them in the back. Maybe if they've lost the fight, or maybe they didn't get a particular fight, that they just immediately, without warning, they just sever all ties and they wash their hands of them without warning.
It's not just that. It's not just the people that, you know, I'm talking about even friends. you know, lots of people, like, you know, kind of just like bang, just evaporated. In a way, it was good because I could focus on myself. It hurts though, because it's like when you talk to me, like, dude, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me at all. I'd rather you not talk to me at all. You know, if you're gonna be like be fake, don't talk to me at all. And it's horrible. Then when I have to talk to them and I have to tell them, I'm like, dude, no, I don't want to be like this on camera because I'm, you know, but I hate it. I hate fakeness. Fakeness is I rather someone say you're sorry for saying it, you're a cunt. Sorry, I'd rather someone say that straight to my face rather than just give me a lot of I don't like saying swear, but I'll be honest. I do. I'd rather someone say it how it is than just give me those fake words, withering words. You know, there's fake. I'm just like, ugh, it goes in you. I'm like, nah, I don't like that. You know, I'd rather someone just being raw and honest because this I need to know where I am. Don't give me this wavy, and then it just makes you feel awkward. I'm around them. It's just like, and it's just simmering. You know, it's simmering. It's like, I think it's like, nah, I don't like it. So I don't like swearing. I probably shouldn't swear, but at the same time, I've got a lot of them at the moment. I got a lot of them, and it's draining. It's emotionally draining being around because I train in gyms. You know, I train in gyms where these people go. So it's horrible, but at the same time, I've had to like just be still. I don't want to say it, but because of what I believe, still just like forgive him and just try to freaking, you know, still be peaceful. But part of me thinks like, well, no, why should I? You're a cunt. Should I say it? That's how I feel. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I feel.
Hey,
That's
look,
how I feel.
you can swear as much as you like. Yeah, I'm not offended
No,
by that
I
at
don't like
all.
swearing, but I've had people like just, and it's the worst when because you look at these people and you're thinking, I would never expect that from you. I never expect that from you. I never expect that from you. But at the same time, it's like, well, okay, I know who they are now. But a part of me thinks like, well, why are you coming up to me still talking to me? You know, why it's put me last 3 weeks I've gone into, and that's why I'm trying to, you know, reconnect with the Lord, because I'm trying to, like, you know, be more peaceful towards people. But same time I'm thinking, nah, you know, why? It's I'm in a fight with myself at the moment, mate, but I'm still good. I'm still going to win this fight. I'm still, you know, confident in the fight, but I'm being raw. I can't give you, oh, lovely doubly, oh, it's going great, and give you a show. I'm telling you the truth. That's how I am. That's what you're gonna get with me. So, like, but at the same time, I don't want to be slagging people off because they haven't got their side of the story. So I'm not going to mention names. I hope anybody's watching this, if you are good to me, I don't want you to feel, you know, thinking I'm slagging you off, because then people might be getting paranoid. But I think the people who know who they are, who are watching this, so they probably might not watch this, and we might have to cut this out, but I've just been, that's what's in my heart right now, my friend. I'm sorry for like bringing this in, but that's how my camp's been. I've been in a bit of a war in myself, if that makes sense. Sorry to be.
I'm just like yourself. I prefer people who are genuine instead of people who are fake. I mean, in this nowadays in society now, for the past 5, 6, or 10 years now, being fake seems to be the order of the day for many people. And the people who tell the truth, who are honest and genuine, they're the people who always shouted down and always frowned upon. But the people who pretend, they're always praised, and you know, always
you can't say the truth these days. You gotta like word around it. You gotta butter up a shit. Shouldn't say it, but you do. You know, it's terrible. You can't be straight. But no, sorry, go on. Yeah, go on. I'm not perfect, right? I'm far from it. Like, I don't want to say I'm this perfect human being, because I'm not. Don't want people saying, "Oh, Johnny, respect." No, because when people say like, "I'm the nicest guy," I've had, you know, people say, "Well, great." I try to be cool. I try to be the good person. I try to be, you know, the great person. But at the same time, it's like I'm not a freaking punch bag. I'm not just a freaking guy that you can just, you know, shove your. You know, a lot of people like message me when they see like there's use. You know, I'm like, well, dude, no. Like, people ask me, like, I used to be freely give information, freely help people, freely help all the time. And it gets to a point where, dude, well, hang on, mate, did you come to my fight? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? And then you're moaning that I'm not, like, well, hang on, well, what have you done for me, mate? Sorry, but I just want to say, like, what have you done for me? Like, piss off. I don't want to say that. And you know what? You see this, you know who you are, but sorry, but like, that's how I feel, and I think to myself, like, you know, I freely give, and I truly believe when you freely give, good will come back to you anyways. You freely give, good will come back to you anyways. But when it gets to a point where whoa, like, I've got a fight camp, I'm in fight mode, I've got a fight camp, and you're giving me this crap, and I got a load of people doing it, not just one. I got a load of people giving it. I'm like, before, you know, when I wasn't going, you know, it didn't look like people looked like I was going somewhere. you know, it was great because I didn't have any of all these messages. I could just focus on my training, go to the next one, focus on this training, go to the next one, focus on the training. Whereas now my phone is like bombarded with messages. And it's like some people I don't never met in my life. Some people I've never ever met in my life. And it's like bombarded with messages. And it's like, well, whoa, like, come on, you know I'm fighting May 7th. Come on, I have some understanding.
Yeah.
Have some understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like please, like some people like I've been a douche. I still got to give some tickets to some people. Some people pay tickets from me, and I've been a douchebag. I still have to give them the ticket that they've paid for. And I've said to them, sorry, I need to give them their ticket and stuff. So I'm not perfect as well, but there's other people like I've had to give them tickets to my manager so he can do it because I've carried on a lot from so many people. But like some people say, oh, John, we never hang out anymore. I was like, dude, I got a fight camp. You want to hang out with me? Come training with me. Come down training with me. Because I'm training so much. It's like to carry on the normal life and have fight camp is almost mate. I got bags. Look at that. That's you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, don't understand it, and then they think they expect me to because usually Johnny used to do this, yeah, because that's why I wasn't in a fight camp. When I get into fight mode, it's that all that other stuff, lovey-dovey stuff, that's gone. I gotta be tunnel vision. If I'm not, I'm getting hurt. And you won't care. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the guy who's talking about he ain't gonna give a crap. You know what I mean? It's just sorry, some people they're so selfish. It's like, dude, I love you. Right? I don't have to hang out with you 24/7 for you to understand that. You know, I will say some people have to understand that yes, maybe I am being selfish with my time because there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. And you can be a part, you can be part of that as well. You can come train with me if you want it, but my time is selfish for a reason. So some people will be making me feel guilty because I don't hang out with them. I don't do this with them. I don't do that with them. You know, suck it. Sorry, I was going to say, but I was going to say, fuck off. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Sorry.
I take it those people that even though they're your friends or they're acquainted with you, or they're acquainted with you in some way, in some shape or form. From what you're telling me, I don't think they're athletes themselves. They have no affiliation with any sorts of sports, let alone combat sports at all, do they? Right. So no, that's understandable. No. So they wouldn't understand the grind you have to do, not just to train, but you've got to be up at certain hours to train. There's a strict diet you've got to keep to, certain things you can't enjoy, sacrifices that you have to make that they don't have to
every
make.
Minute, second of the day, every second of the day, to me, is a fight. Every second of the day is a fight. Right? Am I putting the right food in? Right? Is this taking me away from thinking? Is this taking me away from the fight, or is this keeping me on the fight? Is it what I'm doing now? Is that going to make me worse of a fight or better of a fighter? Sometimes I like being around other fighters because they understand what I understand, and therefore I know it's going to make me think, put me in the right mindset. Being around people, like I love my friends, but being around them sometimes they talk about stuff that to me I don't give a shit about. I'm sorry, but I really don't give a shit about, and I have to you know, if I wasn't in fight mode, then maybe I could be more empathetic, right? But when I'm in fight mode, it's like, dude, I'm stepping in a cage. I don't give a fuck about so and so and so and so and so and so. I'm sorry, but I'm not the person to talk to right now. I'm not the person to talk to right now. Like a month, 2 months away, maybe 3 months away, maybe. But like this is a selfish sport. This is a selfish sport. Like, dude, if you want, the best thing I can do with you is come train with me. Come train. If you want to come train with me. Right, but if you're going to talk about go this, and then someone sees me, that's right. I went for food with someone recently, but he just had a fight. And then I know we're going to be talking about fighting and about real stuff that I'm into. That's going to keep my mindset on it. Whereas if I know I'm with you, we're not going to be talking about that. And sorry, but I had to be selfish with that because I know one day it could be 2 days, could be 3 days, could be 4 days, 5 days, no training. That's what with me. I'm all one way. I'm all the other way. And people don't understand that when you're in fight camp, that all the like, you know, I have principles, I try to be good, but sometimes I always say sorry 2 seconds because I'm so in the zone that sometimes it's hard when I'm talking to people. I have to be like calm. But then when I'm calm, I'm like, well, what am I being calm for? I've got to be doing this and this and this and this. It's horrible. That's the hard bit people don't understand about fight camp. And the thing is, you know, like some people, they live in a gym. There's some people that actually live in a gym. Like I know some fighters, they don't even go out. They just eat, sleep, and then it's very like if you go to Thailand, that's how it is. You know, Thailand is sleep, train, repeat, and then they fight on the weekend. You know, because it keeps them in that mindset. Because even Khabib said, you know, soft heart, you know, makes you weak. Sometimes, you know,
Yes,
sometimes it
yeah,
does
yeah.
make you weak. You have to be really, how can I say, engaged to a point where it's you're obsessed, and I am obsessed. So like to me, like, you know, I'm so in that way of climb right now when you get close to a fight that any of these little, like I said to my mate, I'm ready now to can go in a cage now. I'm ready to fight now. I am ready to fight now. I'm not wet on weight, but I'm ready to fight now.
Okay, so you were saying about the yeah, when you have certain people in your life who they can be a distraction,
Mm,
and I was thinking, well, yeah, you have to be, like you were saying, you have to be obsessed
yeah.
if you want to achieve success in whatever it
Mm,
is you're working towards.
that's right. That's right. So I was saying about people. So yeah, I just basically had a lot of people that have been really not, how can I say it, not fruitful. You know, I've tried to, like, you know, I've tried to show love and in a way, best way I can. But yeah, some people don't understand. They don't understand what it takes to do what I do. You know,
Mhm.
if everybody could do it, there everybody would be doing it. You
Yeah,
know, even
yeah,
at
of
this
course.
level, even this level, I'm not in a professional level, it's amateur level. If everybody were doing it, everybody would be doing it. So
Mhm.
it kind of does, yeah, it does. Yeah, I put it on there. I'll leave it there. But yeah, no, thank you for that. No, appreciate what we're saying there, but I will leave it there because it
No,
is still annoying, you know. But I put a lid on it. Sorry.
lastly, because I know you got to get to training soon.
Mm.
Um, your nickname Wheeler,
Wheel kick.
w-
Yes,
wheel
cool.
kick. Where did
Let's
that
go.
come from?
Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza versus Terry Etim. If you watch the fight versus Edson Barboza, Terry Etim, first time I ever heard wheel kick. I've seen wheel kick before. Well, they call reverse turning kick or reverse hook kick, or, you know, there's a lot of other names in different arts and stuff. But Joe Rogan used the word wheel kick or spinning hook kick, as you call it, when he fought when Edson Barboza fought Terry Etim, and Edson Barboza hit probably the most sweetest wheel kick
Mhm.
you ever see. He hits Edson Barboza on the jaw like there, and Edson Barboza goes like a jaw. It goes like a board, and it's stiff as a board, and just like flatline goes like that. And
Yeah,
after that, I mean, I was doing those I was practicing them kicks when I was younger, anyways. But after that, maybe practice even more. I got
yeah.
obsessed. I've done, and I noticed that I go to different arts, and then can you still see me? Because someone's ringing me now.
I can't
Um,
see. No,
hang on, let me hit. Oh fuck! I hope I don't hit the wrong one. Are we back? Am I back on with you?
you are. Yes, you are.
Great. Yeah. So yeah. How can I say? I hope I don't. I'll explain. Yeah. When I was doing wheel kicks, what was I talking about? Wheel kicks. I was talking about wheel kicks
The
from
wheel
that.
kick
Yeah.
and how he went
Yeah.
down. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
as
That's
stiff
right.
as a
Yeah.
board.
Yeah. I went to different ones, and when it wasn't until like I went to capoeira with Rad in the art of movement that it just made me really want to do that even more, even really more. And it just, yeah, I just love it. I love wheel kicks. I love that, like there's multiple different wheel kicks you can do from the ground up. So people just think there's just, oh, spin kick. No, you can go low, so you can turn low and go up. You can go high and go down. You can go through. You can even sit into it with your glutes and come round. You can even spin like almost like an outer crescent kick, wheel kick. You got tons of different ones, but then also they can chain them. You can chain them with roundhouses or into a wheel. You can go into. I get obsessed. I love it. I love capoeira. I love it. Like, there's stuff I haven't put up on my videos because I don't want to give up everything that I do. But obviously, I want to keep people interested in what I'm doing, so I give out tiny bits, like little middle school things. So yeah, no, I love it. I love wheel kicks. But yeah, I think like literally I've got to go training soon, so I have to like say, but I've really enjoyed talking. I've just sad to
Sure,
be at two or
sure
three
thing.
phone calls that killed it. Sorry, man.
No, that's absolutely fine. Before we round up, are there any sponsors, any
Yeah.
friends, any friend that you want to give a shout outs to?
FSD security. FSD security that I should have given a shout out. My last one, I feel terrible. I never did. Legion MMA. What we got? MTM Motors, Craig Andrews, David Johns. What we got? Pro Panther, Champ Beers, Multicast. It's probably someone one I missed. It's definitely one I've probably missed. K&D management, and Brett Johns for having me on the show. You know, this is probably going to be a controversial podcast, but at the same time, I've just said how I feel that, you know, needs to be said. You know, like you said, I'll leave it there. But thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on. Not when I say controversial, not what you've said, what's come out of my mouth, but I'm in a bit of different state of mind at the moment than I was last when I was with. If you watched the video with Tyler, I was more in a more chilled out mood, but recently I've been upset. So you got me at this time of frame. It's quite funny, but yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on your show, and I really appreciate you having me on your show. And I thank you so much. And I'm sorry if I've come across as a bit more douchey than usual.
Not at all.
Thank you, man. But this has been on my heart, and I've just said what's on me. So thank you, though. Thank you for having me on the show, though. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being honest, and please, the Multicast podcast, keep going with that. I was really enjoying the content.
Moses,
definitely, yeah.
From the Multicast, also Moses from the Multicast. He's fighting on the same date as me, May 7th as well, and he's fighting Cardiff. His pro debut, he's going to be a beast. Trust, he's going to be an absolute beast. Okay. So, no, thank you. And Aaron Davinu as well, another beast as well, kickboxer. He's fighting K1 fighter, Muay Thai fighter. He should be fighting soon in June as well. So that's another one. But yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it. I
might try and get Moses on the show if he's got time. Definitely,
man. He would love to be on the show. He would love to be on the show. He's amazing as well. So I'll message him as well for you if you want. I can hit him up as well.
Please do. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Take care. God bless. See ya. Yes.